Alrighty, yo, what's up, guys? You know what, CISO? And yes, you were actually the first. Like, you actually popped in real quick. Like, I had just started a stream, and it was like, bam, ha, like that. We're gonna try to hopefully finish this little kitty cat today. I didn't have a chance to sew his head on, but I did get the baby mittens done because I kind of just basically like right after stream did dishes and then went back to working on the baby stuff, but. I got the little baby mitts done. The problem is like the oops. Oh, but I just got this all nice and set up right before stream started. I had all like the little pieces all kind of cutely placed. What do you call it? Like technically the baby mitten pattern didn't really call for like a little drawstring. But I don't know why, but the pattern just seemed, I don't know if it was the yarn I'm using, but it just seemed like it would just like slide off the baby's hand. So I gave like a little tiny adjustable like tie that her mom can probably tie around her like to adjust to her wrist. It was just supposed to be just has like this cute like little leaf and pink flower. So I put that on the opposite side. It felt like it'd be too much if I had them on the same side actually. Plus this is actually the back. I don't know if you can tell, if you can kind of see the seam a little bit. I did the invisible, you know, like instead of chaining 3, I did like that cool thing where you like make a really long loop and you kind of like yarn over that loop and you make like a fake double crochet. Yo, what's up, Dazzle? How you doing? So now that means we got all the small baby stuff done. So that means now I can finally move on to the big stuff, which is the dress, which is 2 pieces though. It's like the dress and it has like a little white collar. I got the picture right here. It's on the book. Like literally my mother-in-law saw this book and she's like, I want that. So she bought the whole book. But she just basically wants the stuff that's on the cover. So I'm gonna work with this first because I've just been working with nothing but pink. So I'm like, I'm ready to kind of switch up yarn a little bit, you know, for visual needs. And then I'll go back. Uh-oh, do I need buttons? I might need to buy some buttons. I just now realized this has buttons on it. I don't know if that's just for decorative pieces or if that's actually really a button. See, oh, here's the pattern right here. Is this it? The entire dress? That can't be it. I feel like something's missing. That cannot be like the entire dress pattern right there, because I definitely see some puff stitches in there, and there's no.
Maybe we can grab some coffee.
Puff
You want to
stitches
go get
in this
some
pattern
coffee
right
with
here. So I am a little confuzzled. Oh well, I'll just see which one is the correct one. But yeah, it just looks like there's some buttons on there, so I'm gonna probably have to go. Thankfully they sell buttons at Daiso, like they have like a little tiny crafting section, so I'll be okay. And also Ghost Echo, welcome on in! Also, that's such a dope name too. But we're working on a little crochet scenery for Flutterbites. Actually, if anyone knows Flutterbites, she's also another fellow streamer. This kind of looks like her, though I did make her hair a little bit longer than it really is. I think it's more like this long in real life, but the problem is it's like, I made it kind of, I didn't mean to make it this long, but it was easier to like, braid it if I made it a little bit longer. I'm still kind of new to, like, I don't really usually do amigurumi like humanoid dolls. I usually do animals, so like the hair is kind of new to me, so it took me forever to do this braid because I had to keep redoing it because like the braids just wouldn't look as good, and it was just like, oh, it was so frustrating. But I'm glad I finally got one good braid down, and I was like, we're keeping it like that. I was like, it took me like I think like 2 to 3 hours just to get the braid right, because I would like braid it, wouldn't look good, I'd be like, okay, redo it, and then rinse and repeat. Oh, doing good, and good luck on making that. I know, I think I'm ahead of schedule too, because we were gonna mail it, but my mother-in-law and father-in-law are gonna come down for Mr. Coffee's birthday next week. Oh, let me see, when's the 14th or 15th? I'm not sure what day they're coming. His birthday's the 15th. Let me see. I need to look at the calendar. Okay, so, oh, that'll be like next Thursday, so I literally have a week left. So yeah, this weekend I really want to crank out. Now I just gotta work on the cape and the dress, which are the 2 bigger things, so I really want to work on those, so... Well, me and Mr. Coffee are gonna... I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow or not, because Mr. Coffee wants to go to E-Mart, because Mr. Coffee's gonna have time off for Sola finally, so he actually has a 4-day weekend coming up. So I'm not positive, or if we do, it might be a late stream, possibly. But regardless, so tomorrow will be like a game stream. Unless I do really early tomorrow, that could be a possibility. Since we're just gaming, I can do like easy early start, like just stream in the morning. I don't know, we will see. We'll see if it'll be like a late, super early stream or like a later stream. Also, let me give my glasses a quick clean real quick. I don't know why. Like they got like fingerprints all over them. There's like, you know, like when you get like that like one fingerprint on the corner of like one of your lenses and it just like irritates you because you get like that like blur, like one weird blurry spot. So I'm like, I need to go ahead and give these a good wipe. I definitely need to get some better contact lenses. Like the contact lenses I have right now, they're so uncomfortable. I was really, you know, and they're my very first Korean contact lenses too, and I made the mistake of getting the 6-month ones because I didn't know they had 6-month contact lenses, right? Like I knew in America, like I knew we had 3-month ones that were pretty comfortable. I think maybe because they're like the more durable kind, like that. I guess they're thicker or something. I don't know, but they were real uncomfortable. I'm actually thinking maybe to get like the 1-month ones. I feel like single-use ones would be just, I wouldn't really want that because then that's like kind of expensive. I think like some 1-month ones for whenever I want to wear contacts. I think that'd be good because there are some times where I'm crafting where I really just wish I was wearing contacts because like, you know, you're trying to look down at something and then your glasses start sliding down. It's like, it's never any fun. let's see. So I got. So we made the body. I just gotta sew the head on real quick. That's why I wonder if it's gonna get busy this weekend. Like I wonder if if it's solar, but usually it's the opposite. Usually people think like the cities are gonna be bustling during holidays in Korea. Actually, it's quite the opposite. Usually people all pack up and leave and go to the countryside actually to visit their relatives, like, you know, their parents and grandparents who probably live in the countryside. Some probably come to the city if they have if their relatives, elderly relatives, are living in the city. If the majority, most elderly relatives live outside of Seoul, like outside of Busan, outside of huge cities, they live in like smaller towns. And but sometimes I have noticed like the few apartment units below us, like they actually have a lot of people come over. And like last time, I don't know if it was Sola or if it was Chuseok. Last time I remember, they were having like a huge old party. Like people were bringing like kids and babies were over. Like there's a baby that was crying the whole time. Because usually it's quiet during the holidays. I remember it was when we lived in Wonju, like it was like a ghost town, like no one around. Now the streets, like the highways, they're gonna definitely be crowded. That's the problem though. Everyone and their mother gonna be on the highway. Probably all the bus tickets are probably sold out. I'm kind of glad we have nowhere to go. We could just kind of stay and chill. Basically, for Mr. Coffee, it's just to have finally some time off work. Finally get to chill and rest, especially. But the problem is, though, they've been making him do kind of yagun a little bit here and there this week because they know they're not going to be there for Friday and Monday. There we go. There we go. I got the little head sewn on. Now I just need to make the legs. I need to figure out how to get these ears a little bit more perky. I starched them. They still... Maybe I didn't put enough starch. Let me put a little bit more. I know, I probably should have made them a bit tinier. I think the ears are a little bit on the big side. Good thing though, this stuff dries clear, so that's a plus. I'm trying to get to where the ears stay a little bit on the more pointier side. Oh, there we go. Yeah, starch is like your best friend when you're like making crochet sceneries, when you gotta like make something stiff or pointy. Oh, there we go. See, now their ears are a little bit more on the pointier side, but I promise I need to get a baby wipe and wipe this off. And have a quick sip of coffee. Okay, actually, before I do the arms, I think I want to do the tail, which will just be, I think both the tail and the, what do you call it, and the legs will be just double chain cords. Probably the best way is because it's thicker than a chain, but rounder than if I was like to chain and then slip stitch or chain and single crochet. Like that would be more flat. This is like a little bit more three-dimensional. I like to use it for things like if I gotta make a tail or an arm that's like really small. The chain would be too tiny. I like to use this method, where you just kind of yarn over with your yarn tail, basically. I actually did not know what to call it for the longest time because I just found it randomly like a couple of years ago from a Japanese crocheter's YouTube. I was just trying to like look up different cords to do besides the I cord because I hate doing I cords. I hate the whole like having to pick up the loop and like gently, like carefully, like not accidentally pull it through. And they were too thick for what I needed. I was trying to look for like a thinner crochet cord, and then I just came across this like Japanese crochet video showing how to do it. And then like maybe about a year ago, I found more tutorials popping up all over in English and stuff, and like someone called it a double chain cord. I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense because it basically looks like two chains meshed together in a way, in a sense. It's kind of what it looks like. Okay, is that? Ooh, I don't want to make it too long. That's about long enough, yeah, because we don't want to make this tail too terribly long. Ooh, you know what I just thought? I thought about I was gonna embroider. I don't know, should I do this or not? I'm like, I was gonna embroider the stripes, but I'm like thinking like, should I try painting on the stripes? Would that be a little bit better? I do have like a very fine tip like brush right here, and if I make it very saturated, maybe I could do that. That would be way less time consuming and probably would look better too. Because problem is when you embroider on like really tiny stuff, it can kind of mess up the amigurumi piece a little bit, like it scrunch up weird. I don't want to ruin the cat. There we go, we got like a little tail. The only problem is these things are usually like kind of curly, which is not bad in some sense. I remember I made like a gummy worm using the double chain cord, and actually the natural way it's kind of curvy was perfect actually for a gummy worm. But yeah, if you want these straight, you got to like block them basically. You got to like get them wet and like pin them down or starch them if you want to be straight. Since it's a cat cell, it's okay to kind of leave it in its like natural curly like wavy nature. How's that for scale? Yeah, that looks pretty good. welcome in. I hope I'm saying your name right, but is it Michael? Magul? Maguel? Let me know how to say your name, because there have been a few times I have butchered people's usernames. Yo, what's up, Pistol Shrimp? How you doing? Also, happy early Lunar New Year if you celebrate Lunar New Year. I don't know if you and the Shrimp fam do. I know, right? Like, I think tomorrow is tomorrow's the start of Lunar New Year. So it's like a huge. Everybody's getting ready. Oh, tired but doing well. How are you? We're doing good. Mr. Coffee's finally gonna get a 4-day weekend coming up.
We can grab some coffee?
You wanna go get some coffee with me?
Oh, Pikachu! Oh, that's so cute. It makes me think of like a peach-looking Pikachu. It's probably somewhere out there, actually. Like, somebody made like a, like fan art of like Pokemon and different fruit, I bet. That'd be kind of cute. Like, Pikachu! There we go. Yeah, this keyboard is not wanting to work anymore. Well, I wouldn't say like more like some of the keys don't want to work. Like especially the backspace one. Well, there we go. Now it works. Maybe it's a connection thing. There we go. Yeah, it was actually acting up even, let me snooze those real quick. Oh, but you're very welcome. We're actually working on a little tiny set. I've actually made regular Pikachu. Wait, I remember there was like a sweet Pikachu. Like if you've ever played Pokemon Sweets, like that game is hella cute. Like I want to see some more crocheted Pokemon Sweets. I remember I mean Peacemaker was working on a Strawazard, which is like a Charizard but like strawberry. I think he finished it. I hope he did. I haven't seen him stream in a long time though, which sucks because he was telling us because he had just moved, so understandably, like he was gone for a bit. And he was all like, I'm gonna start streaming soon, and I still haven't heard from him. I hope he's doing okay. But yeah, he kind of does go on like disappearing acts for a bit, so hopefully he's just been like real too busy, or maybe he is streaming and maybe it's just at a different time. We are on different time zones. He's in Pacific time, or like West Coast time, but I'm like in Korean South Korea time, so we're like 14 hours apart. Is our little kitty cat we're working on. This is the character Flutterbites. She's actually another streamer as well, and I tried my best to make it look like her from her picture. And we're gonna have her little animals around. Like she's gonna be sitting on a bench. Like we're gonna make like a little kind of a cute garden scenery. We got like 2 little hibiscus flowers here. I gotta make a couple more though, but the problem is they're made with thread, so they do take a bit of time to make. Because everything else is made with splitted yarn. Like this stuff right here, it's not thread. People think it's thread, but it's actually just I split my yarn, so it's easier to work with. It's something like this, right? This is what it would look like, you know, as a whole. But each, like, not this brand. Where's the other brand I had? That's the Korean brand. But right now I'm using the Chinese brand. But as you can see, like, you get like 5 strands, and I just use a single little strand to crochet with. And it's so much easier to work with too. Yo, what's up, Circle? How you doing? I always love like Haro's what do you call it? His like little emotes are so cute, like his little candle people. And I too also eventually I need to get to making my own like stream avatar characters, but I have no idea where to start. Cause you have to like make them, you have to make enough frames in a way that they can be animated when they walk around. And I know zilch about animation. So that'll be like a maybe one day. Let me see, but doing good, just pretty EP right now. Oh, so I guess he meant sleepy. At first I didn't know what he meant. I was like, what does EP mean? But then you said going to bed soon. I'm like, ah, okay, gotcha. Also, is your shoulder better? Hopefully it's better, because knots in your shoulder just... Ugh, those things are never fun. I actually do wonder, does swimming help get those out? I've heard people say swimming is good for your back, but I didn't know if it was also good for like getting knots out of your shoulder or anything like that. Oh, okay, so it's actually new lingo. Oh my goodness, I am behind. Is this what it feels like to be a boomer? I'm just a millennial, and I'm out the loop, it seems, with some of the new lingo coming out. It's just coming out so fast, I can't keep up. To be kind of fair though, I could not keep up even when I was a kid with our now out of like style like lingo. Like I still use hella though. Like I feel like that's such a millennial thing to say, like, oh, that's hella cool. You don't really see that many young people saying hella anymore. Does anyone remember eggnog? I think that's what it was called. Eggnog? I still didn't know to this day. I don't know what the hell that is. That was so short-lived too. Like that was only for like a blip in my high school years. I think it's called Hexnog or something. Like I just remember kids being like, oh, Hexnog, and I'm like, what the hell is that? I don't know what that means. Then again, I was deemed grandma in high school though, so I'm one to talk. I've been out of the loop even when I was a youngin'. Oh, that's so good. Yes. Back to 100%. Hey, what's up, Telep? How you doing? We just got the little tail on. Now we just gotta make some limbs. We're gonna make her loafing mostly, but I want to have like this one sticking out though. So I'm debating which side would be better for the cat. Probably having the cat face her would be better though. Like a cat sitting on the edge of the bench, like the right, like she's sitting on the bench, and then on the back of the bench, like the cat will be up there sitting, you know, all perched up, kind of loafing, because if I have maybe one paw downwards would be kind of cute, I think. Oh, thank you, Dazzle. This is actually probably the tiniest cat I've made so far. I definitely need to get into trying to make some smaller animals as like to get with these sceneries, because like that's the thing, is like I'll have like some components I can make for a scenery, then I'm like, oh shoot, this I'm not used to making this particular item this small. So I'm trying to get crafty with like for the tail, right? Like I just did like a double chain cord for that instead of chaining and single crocheting, because that would have been too thick. See, there's Eepy and Mimir. Am I saying it right? Mimir? Mimir? There's basically like an adorably wholesome image of a cat sleeping under the covers. Oh, I'm Mimir. I can kind of see that work. Like, I can see, like, with imaging, it probably works. Like, I probably get the context of, like, the phrase, actually, if I see it in an image. Like, it oddly makes sense now that you described Mimir, like, with a cat sleeping under the covers. Like, I can kind of see that. Let's see. Oh, wait, so it's actually a Brazilian phrase that basically boils down to, like, too cute and sleepy. I love the Mimir memes, they warmed my heart. I know, and honestly, any cat meme will warm my heart. Cats are the best. We humans don't deserve their preciousness. Oh, pronounced Mimir. Okay, Mimir. Oh, that makes even more sense, actually. Cause it sounds like kitty talk in a sense, you know what I mean? Like kitty language. I'm thinking, yeah, I'll wait till like I probably finish the cat, but I kind of want to paint on the stripes and see if that's better. than embroidering, because I feel like embroidering it, I might mess it up. Let's see. Yeah, because I snoozed them a bit earlier, because we were having some people come in and I'm like, oh no, and I was about to play, so I was like, let me snooze that real quick. So they played a teensy bit later than normal. That's good though, it was only one ad. Okay, let's see, now to make the legs. I think I'm gonna make them all the same, like maybe about 3 or 4 stitches long. Let me see. Oh, I kind of messed that one up. That's the problem, you gotta be careful about that first stitch, because always it's easy to mess the first one up, because it's like, it's the trickiest one. But once you get that first one done, then the rest of them are easy. Oh, thank you, Dazzle! The problem is though, I realized, it just hit me today, I totally forgot to do the BRB set. So actually, I'll show you guys. The BRB is still Christmas. So yeah, if you guys want a little quick Christmas feel, I'll just put the BRB page on for y'all. I totally forgot. I don't know. Well, I guess because it's like it already feels like we're already almost halfway through February, honestly. But I probably do gotta get ready soon, because once March hits, it's gonna be all like farming kind of themed, but with like a Sakura farm theme. So I'll have like all my little. So I'll still have my Sakura petal falling video play. I might bring back also the little Sakura petal tree. That was like, if anyone remembers that from last year, they were like these 2 Sakura branches that would kind of flow back and forth. It was like just a green screen video I found. So might do that. Oh yeah, like leave the wait, hold on. Send the link in the chat, that way everyone can see it. Let me open up on my phone real quick. If I don't open up Twitch just yet, then it won't be a clickable link. There we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, I use embroidery strings sometimes, especially like for any like embroidery I have to do. And I've also crocheted, because this is actually embroidery floss right here, these like little hibiscus flowers. So I do crochet both. So these were using my, where's my little tulip? My 0.6 millimeter. Oh, if you can even see the hook on that. Real tiny. Like this one, you can kind of still see the hook a little bit. I don't know, it's not that, it's the problem is it gets kind of blurry the closer I get to the cam. But yeah, these are actually made with embroidery floss, but I've also used it on, what, honestly, if I have an example. The only embroidery thing I have right here, the only thing is this actually just used the same yarn though, so this is not using embroidery floss, it's just using the same weight of yarn, but here's like some embroidered tulips on that little teacup. I had something somewhere where I used embroidery floss on some yarn, on like a crocheted piece. See how many did I do? I think this was a 4. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I'll just do 4 stitches a piece for these like little arms. They're gonna just be tucked under anyway. I'm gonna fold them in half so it looks like they're loafing, but one I'm gonna have sticking out though. Oh, there was like a, I don't have it with me because I think it was a gift from last year. I did have like a crocheted hot coffee mug that had it embroidered with embroidery floss because the yarn was too thick. It had like an embroidered whatchamacallit on it, a snowflake. I remember I had that one there. Then I remember I had another one that actually had a crocheted snowflake on there, but it was also crocheted with embroidery floss to make it just small enough. I wish I had a picture of it. That's the problem is they were gifts, and so I couldn't post them on social media. And I forgot to take pictures of them. What do you call it? When I went to send them, I'm like, oh, I should have taken a picture real quick. Here we go. I think we just got, yeah, one more to make. Oh, I made that bottom one just a bit too big. That's the problem, is like, yeah, on one hand it's like you need to do the bottom one nice and tight, but the problem is if you do it too tight then it's like kind of impossible to like yarn over and pull through. Just like I have to like find like that nice balance. Tight, not too big and loose, but just loose enough that I can get my hook through. Oh, that's Mr. Coffee. I was like looking at which one is the best one. I'm gonna keep this one to be the paw that hangs out, and these will be the ones that'll be tucked under. Oh, never mind, that wasn't Mr. Coffee. The heck, this is the second time today. Like these little other extra channels, and they're just like sending their like, I guess, monthly advertisement shit. I'm like, dang, I thought that was a message by Mr. Coffee. But usually he's the only person that Cacao talks to me. That or the teacher, but now the class is over, so... That was funny, because every times where I thought Mr. Coffee was, texting me, and I'd be like... It'd be like, it sounds like frantic text too, right? It sounds like, you know, one after another. I'm like, oh dear, what's going on? It turns out it was just the teacher, like, giving a bunch of, like... Uploading a bunch of, PDFs for us. And I'm like, dang, teacher, you gave me a heart attack. I thought there was an accident or something at my husband's work with all the frantic texting. And part of what increased to like the amount of like text I was hearing, like the little alert, is also because like the other students were responding like, oh, thank you, in such short succession that I was like, what's going on? Okay, let's see. This is like the annoying part though, having to sew on every little leg. Also, I might leave on the yarn tails actually of like after I finish sewing them, I might leave on like one string per leg, because I realized that'd be kind of good to have something I can anchor down. Because I was gonna glue the cat on there, but it would be kind of nice to also be able to like sew in some areas. I like to do like a mix of both sewing and gluing on these sceneries, so I think that'd be a good idea. Like that way I can anchor the cat down on the edge of the bench, but the glue will help like keep it kind of like nice and stable, because if you just sew it, it could like flop back and forth and move around. There's like not much to sew onto, but yeah, if I glue it and sew it, that would be good. I'm gonna keep this longer one here and then use the shorter one to like sew it in place, and just leave this one sewed to the bench. Really? No, it's gotta be on the internet somewhere. I really hate though, like, right, like you'll find like a really cute video on like Instagram or something, and the problem is it's not from like the original user. It's like from like a place that gathers a bunch of like videos and reels together, right? And then like, I guess probably what happened is probably the place you originally saw it, maybe they got asked to take it down because it wasn't like the original content. Like maybe the owner of the video asked them to take it down. And a lot of times the problem with those places though, they don't really want to give credit, unfortunately, to the original creators. Or sometimes something happens and like the original creator got rid of it themselves, maybe because they had music playing that they got dinged for. Like, if anyone knows Sisa Punch, she's just an absolute gem. But she was talking about how like they're taking away a lot of music off of TikTok, and so now all her like dancing videos are just gonna be like this. She's just dancing, but no music is playing. So people are joking like they're gonna like guess what song she's dancing to. It's like, yeah. And sometimes it's the worst. Especially, I hate when they get rid of the sound too, because then sometimes the talking is taken away too. Oh, and thank you for the hydrate. Oh yeah, it was made by Knowing Your Meme, but it's gone now. I've tried searching for the OG title, nothing. Oh, you don't have like a screenshot of it, do ya? Cause like if you had like a picture of it, you could probably like throw it into like Google reverse image, and maybe like the link to the OG one might come up. But also, thank you for the hydrate, but we now have our new improved coffee and crochet mug. It feels so cool to drink from a mug that's got my company name on it now. Let's see. Oh no, I never considered taking a screenshot of it either, but I did at least find the source of the meme starting, so It's so freaking wholesome. Honestly, anything about cats is just so freaking wholesome. Even when they're being like an absolute menace, I don't know why it's funny. Yeah, there you go. See, so I like kind of, you know, fold it in half, so it kind of looks like they're loafing a little bit. Get the other one done. I'm gonna try to get the head down with this yarn tail. I'm gonna try to get the head down just to be a bit lower. I feel like the head, yeah, really needs to be like squished in there. I think I'm gonna redo the eyes actually real quick. They're a little bit on the big side. So I'm gonna cut these out. I think I'm gonna embroider them with embroidery floss too instead of the yarn. Sometimes the yarn is a little bit too big for certain facial features. Okay, I got some right here. Let me get a single strand out real quick. Yo, what's up, little lemon seed? How you doing? This keyboard. Great. We're getting, ooh. Now the eye looks a bit too small. Actually, wait, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't try doing round eyes. Maybe I should try doing, like cute kawaii triangle eyes. That might make a little bit better, actually. Let me clean these up real quick, though. There's still some black fuzz left over, so I need to... Oh, trying to find the willpower to exit my blanket burrito. That's always the hardest, too, especially when it's, like, cozy and warm, and you just don't want to get up. I think it's because, yeah, it's because the winter, right? Because we're just, like... You just want to feel bundled up and safe. these real quick. But doing pretty good, Mr. Coffee. It's gonna get has a 4-day weekend. So today is his last day of work for the week. Cause it's Lunar New Year. They call it Seollal in Korea. So it's like one of the big holidays where people get a lot of time off work. So he's got a 4-day weekend. He's super excited about that. The problem is that they've been making him do like yagun the past few days. But yagun means staying late in Korean. So that was not fun. That has not been fun for him. It's like they're trying to get out all the extra work because they know they're going to be gone for like the next 4 days. We plan on going to E-Mart tomorrow to look for some wine for my in-laws. I'm not positive I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow, or if so, it might be like maybe like a later stream. And even then, it'll be like a gaming stream, because normally today would have been a gaming stream, but I'm thinking to maybe make Fridays instead, only because it's still technically Thursday. For people in the West, if I start early enough, I guess like like if I do on Thursday, it's technically their Wednesday evening, so it throws people off when I say Thursday. So I'm thinking maybe to make it Friday. I'd already be like, yes, one, yes, everyone can like find out, plus my mother-in-law is gonna need it after having to deal with her pain-in-the-ass father-in-law. He's a real jackass. Even my husband says, yeah, my grandpa is an asshole. Kind of like a passive-aggressive kind of dude, so it's like, he gets like mad over every little thing. You have to like tiptoe around him. My mother-in-law is just kind of sick of dealing with his bullshit. But they're just kind of waiting patiently, her and my father-in-law, because he's my father-in-law's dad, and he's gonna inherit the house. He lives in a really nice house actually in Myeoryang, which is like this like little small farming town outside of Busan. And they're just like waiting patient. They're like, they came to live with him so they could take care of him and stuff. But you know, because this dude's like in his 90s. He's apparently healthy as a horse though. He's like really robust and healthy. I think he's like 94. The problem is though, he's just like not that great of a guy though, like right personality wise. Like my husband said he's always become a butthead even when he was younger. So he was just like that his whole life, and it made me think, why do always the meanest people live the longest? Like it's like the nicest people always pass away too soon in this world, but the people out, it's like they're living off spite. It's so funny. It's just like, why can't it be the reverse? Why can't the nicer people be here much longer? Maybe it's because the nicer people kill over from too much stress from the asshole people. Right? Like we kind of hold our tongues. We kind of like, you know, try to let things go. The problem is the stress builds up, and maybe that's what takes us out in the end. I don't know. But yeah, they're just like trying to be patient because they're gonna inherit everything. So she's just like having to hold her tongue because he's a real butthead to her. Thankfully not physically, just with his words. But he drives her batty. Okay, this will be the other loaf arm. Oh yeah, we're making this cat too that's gonna look like they're loafing on the edge of the, what do you call it? Oh, I forgot I was gonna do the eyes. Well, let me go ahead and just get the arms done actually, that'd be better. I'm thinking to embroider a different kind of eye. And I try not to think about my health when I'll be an ugly person. That'll be future me's problems. I know, right? Yeah, it really is. And I'm wondering if, like, the people who are, like, the most asshole-ish, right? Like, that's, like, I guess, in a weird sixth sense of, like, their way of, like, letting off steam is that they're assholes to everybody. And so I guess they don't keep anything bottled up. And for, like, the nice people who, you know, give people chances, you know, they're kind of like people pleaser, and are like the actual most genuine, sweetest people ever, they always go too soon, and it's always like cancer or like some kind of heart problem. I think it's from having to deal with assholes. Assholes are like killing us, like the entitled people, the Karens, us like nice people having to deal with their attitudes. Whew. Yeah, they're like sending us to an early grade because we're having to deal with their bullshit. But we're trying to be nice at the same time. We're like holding our tongues and not like going into a rage like they do. Living fueled by spite is a mood. I know, right? It makes me think I should like keep some reserve spite for me so I can live longer too. Gotta learn their ways, but I wouldn't treat other people like assholes though. Like that's just not in me. Maybe it's because I'm generally a happy person. Because, like, you know, it's funny because, like, the people, like, the mean people in school, and it just makes me think, like, now it's like, right, people, like, I love this phrase people say now, it's like, happy people don't do that. Happy people don't act that way. And I wish I could have said that to people who are, like, mean to me in high school. Like, you know those people you don't even really know, but they just, like, say the most offhanded, like, mean thing to you all out of the blue, and you don't even know them, and they don't even, like, you don't know them and they don't know you. And just for some reason they're being a butthead to you. I would have loved to say like, honey, get some therapy. Happy people don't act that way. And it turns out actually I kind of understand now why some mean girls act that way. I didn't know it, but I think it was like the effect of those girls unfortunately had either pick-me moms or almond moms. And I actually would like hear like how these girls talk about how their moms talk to them. Like if they just gained like 5 pounds, how their mom would call them fat and force them to not eat dinner and like bitch at them all the time. Like, oh, don't, you know, you gotta wear this, you gotta dress cute for the boys. It's like really bizarre because I did not have a mom like that, right? I had like a good, sweet, loving mom who did not make that a priority in my life to like have to look perfect or anything like that. And it made me so sad. It kind of makes sense now. They were taking their anger out on people who genuinely seem happy in high school, right? Like they see their fellow classmate who is maybe not super conventionally attractive. Like, cause I was like I've always been a bit overweight my whole life. And they just see me enjoying myself and they're just like, it triggers them a little bit. They're like, why do you get to be happy? So it does kind of make me feel a little bit sad for them. But you know, you shouldn't take your anger out on other people, you know? Like that's the thing. We gotta learn healthy coping mechanisms, man. That's what therapy's for. You shouldn't be a jerk to people. I know, yo, what's up, Pink Kong? How you doing? Nice people always finish last. They really do. Because look at it, like my grandmother. I mean, to be fair, she's still alive, but she has severe dementia. Now she's in a home. And, what do you call it? Well, I guess now my grandfather's in a home now. He's the one who... It's sad because they had kind of like a cute whirlwind romance when they first met. Because they're the ones that met in Korea, actually. They got married in Korea back in the 60s. That's actually why I was so interested in Korea growing up, because they had all these kind of cool stories talking about it. And my grandma even had like little video footage of my grandpa when she met him, and he was like super cute, like dashing military boy, you know, very handsome. The problem is the Vietnam War changed him, and she said he was a different man after that, and he had, he ended up cheating on her and stuff, so that's why they got divorced. And he was kind of like, he was never like a warm grandpa, right? Like I never had a warm grandpa figure, actually, now that I realize it. Granted, his whole side of the family were kind of cold. So I think it's like more of a military thing. They just weren't like warm and cuddly kind of people. And like he's still going, like even though yes he's in a home now, but that's because of his own freaking problem. Like he got into like prescription drugs and stuff, like opioids. Like he kind of like if he didn't, he actually probably would be living a much better life right now because he's got good genetics on his side. Because his mother lived to be 100 actually. Like they have really good genes on their side. Like they have longevity. But he kind of threw it all away for drugs and stuff. Well, my grandma actually tried, you know, being healthy and everything, but she still ended up just like her mom. Her mom had dementia, so it's definitely got to be like a genetic thing. You still, you know, and apparently her mom, my great-grandma, I never got to meet her because she passed away before I was born. My dad loved her. He said she was like the sweetest, goofiest person. They always go away too soon. I know, right? Because men need to be men. I know, right? But there are some like on my mom's side, there are some like sweet, like elderly men kind. It's just more my dad's side. The men are kind of like, eh. But then again, they were all military too, so I don't know if it's like a military thing. I do think like about my mom's side though. My Uncle Glenn, like he's the sweetest bean though. I'm glad he's still around. He does have a lot of health problems though. Like he's blind in one eye and deaf in one ear. It's actually funny because it's my Aunt Creta who's like the the mean one. Well, technically we're not really related to her like through blood. She's just through marriage, but it's like, but he's at least one of like the nice male relatives I have. Like, he's like a national treasure. I don't want to lose him. But what do you call it though? But it's like now my grandma, she's like, she doesn't know where she is. She's now in a home, kind of like probably scared every single day of her life. Actually, I think she's in hospice care now, which is not good. So now we're just kind of like waiting any day now for like the bad news. And at least the thing I do like about my grandma, the problem is what kind of rushed, I think, her dementia a bit quicker is she never got remarried until like, when was it? 2015 or 14? When did she get married? Because it was just before I moved in with Mr. Coffee. When me and Mr. Coffee started living together. And, what do you call it? She was fine, right? Like, she was showing, like, signs for a couple of years. You know, her dementia was, like, rearing its ugly head. But not, like, in a bad, like, you know, like, just little things. Like, she was getting kind of forgetful. But it's, like, when she married Bob, he kind of isolated her, not in like an abuser kind of way, but like a, you know, because he lived so far away, so she was far away from all her family. And he had a bunch of friends they go hang out with, but she doesn't really know these friends very well, so she just kind of sits back in the corner all to herself sometime, you know, while they're all in these hangouts. So it's like you feel lonely in a crowd kind of thing. And I think that kind of ramped up, like it sped up her dementia, I feel like, or like the progress of it, like the progress of it. It progressed a lot quicker. Because she was mostly fine until she moved with Bob. It's like it was like 1 year later, she was full-blown dementia, like not knowing where she is and stuff. Like she was never like that before. She was just like, I don't know, unless it's like normal. Is it normal for dementia to go from like, is it like, I wouldn't say 0, but like maybe 10 to 100? She was like at a 10 before she moved in with Bob. And then after like a year after she moved with Bob, she was maximum in dementia mode. Like, we thought it was going to be like a maybe another 10 or 15 years before she got really bad, you know? I think she's in her 80s now, and she was in her 70s, like her late 70s when she moved in with Bob. And he's done passed away, too. He was always sharp, though. Like, he was always sharp as a tack. He was kind of a smart ass, if you ask me. I don't even know how they met. Like, just one day, she's just like, hey, y'all, I'm getting married. And we're all like, who is this man? Like, everyone was kind of taken aback. She claimed he was an old boyfriend. However, she couldn't have any pictures of him. Like, she couldn't show any pictures from her old yearbooks and stuff. And what do you call it? Like, another relative of mine, like on my Uncle Glenn at Creative side, like Uncle Buddy, he said, I've seen your grandma. I've seen her on a dating app. So we kind of wonder if she met him on a dating app or not. Yeah, that sounds tough, though. It was crazy. Like, it was like just all of a sudden went from like just showing the early warning signs of dementia to like full-blown dementia, you know what I mean? Yeah, a few slips here and there. Exactly right. Like, it wasn't like super serious. Like, she was just kind of like forgetting where she put her purse, but she could still drive just fine. She was just kind of forgetful about things, but she never forgot anyone's name. That one thing I will say, at least she recognized me, like when we went to help her out last time I saw her. And like the problem is though, she kept thinking I was still in high school though. She didn't think of me as a, let me see, I think at the time I was 23. Yeah, she didn't think of me as a 23-year-old. She thought I was still 16. So that was kind of funny. Granted though, I was still dressed like I was in, like I still wore some of the same clothes I wore in high school, so that could have been maybe a thing. I was making her think I'm still a teenager, but still, yeah. Wait, oh, so it's like a slips here and there and that way, and then nothing. Wait, what do you mean by nothing? Do you mean like it completely like got super bad, or it just completely went away? I don't know, can dementia go completely away? I don't know. Oh, I haven't seen some studies. I actually think that dementia is probably linked to our gut health, actually, which gets me a bit concerned because like I do have gastritis and I have, you know, like all that, like those kind of problems all of a sudden became like a problem about a year and a half ago. I wish I could ask my grandma, because the problem is like now I don't know if she's coherent enough to ask like those kind of questions, but I want to ask her if she's ever had any digestive issues. I've never heard of her talking about anything like that. She always talked about her cholesterol, actually, and she unfortunately did eat the low-fat diet that, you know, so many doctors paraded around for her generation. And to find out that's actually not a good thing. Like, she wouldn't even eat avocados. She was scared of the fat in them. And I'm like, no, that's the good fat for your brain, you know? Like, she was too scared to eat any kind of fat. And I think that, like, that like that misuse of like fat's bad, low fat good. The problem is all the low fat stuff had more sugar in it, which is also not good for your gut health actually. So I do wonder if that was to blame. But even then, it probably still would have happened to her because it probably is genetic on some level. Because her mother had it, and they probably ate better back then. You know, if you think about it, like her mother was like, I think even like a lot, like she was alive during the 1800s. I think like late 1800s, or maybe not. Like maybe early. I take that back. Maybe early 1900s. But like surely they ate like better at least back then. Like they didn't have all the artificial additives like they do nowadays, and all the sugar. They ate less sugar back then. Let's see. Oh, he just lost all his functioning capabilities. Oh, so that's what you mean by and then nothing. Oh, then maybe it was just maybe it's just like the timing was a coincidence, I guess then. Because yeah, it went from her being very normal, like just having some slip-ups here and there, into like, yeah, just completely gone. And it was real sad too, like just all of a sudden. I do wonder, I still kind of think though, probably the isolation, like being all of a sudden being in a new environment that's different from everything probably accelerated it. I'm pretty sure to some extent. Like it probably exacerbated like any underlying problems she had, I bet. Also, she had a bad spider bite too, apparently because Bob's home, like he never really cleaned it well. Like it was clean as in far as like organized, like it's not messy, but like it's dusty. You know what I mean? Like it never gets wiped out, and he had spiders everywhere. He had a beautiful house, but it was like in like a really woodsy part. Like I love the neighborhood, but oh my god, the spiders. He had so many spiders in that damn house. And she had a few spider bites, so I don't know if that messed up anything. Yeah, it feels like fat's a cursor, right? It's like it should have been like more. This is bad fat, like the trans fat and stuff, like the like lard. Well, no, not lard, because lard's technically animal fat, but like more like the vegetable oil. That stuff's not really good for you, but like avocado oil, you know, avocado oil, olive oil, that, you know, any like healthy fat, like most animal fat's usually pretty okay from what I've heard. It's more like soybean oil is usually not too good for you, which is funny because Korea uses a lot of soybean oil. And it's called changirum here. But it's like, yeah, it's like they just kind of demonize everything. And she would have a lot of low-fat foods. Like she'd always get low-fat everything, low-fat milk, low-fat yogurt. She also drank a lot of diet sodas, which also I've been seeing recently, which kind of makes me a bit worried because I do use some sweetener sometimes. I don't know if it's the same one because I don't use aspartame or anything like that because I know that's used in diet sodas a lot, and I don't even like diet sodas really. I can't stand the taste, except for like cream soda. Cream soda and root beer are the only diet sodas I found that actually, or in pineapple flavor too. Like pineapple soda, those are the only diet sodas that I can drink. Like regular Coke, it just tastes completely different from regular Coke and I can't stand it. I know some people like the flavor of Diet Coke, but I do not. And I wonder if maybe that like messed up her gut biome and stuff, and that's maybe what accelerated the dementia. If that is really a link with our digestive system, which makes me really worried because like I'm already forgetful a lot lately, and I'm like, I'm only in my 20s. I'm like, please, I don't want to have dementia. I would hate that. Oof. Yeah, spiders are okay with mini tiny. Oh no, this dude had like, he had like brown recluse and shit in his home. He had some bad ones. I was actually scared to sleep there. I woke up with a spider bite on my stomach, and I rarely found wolf spiders, and that was and my grandma does. Oh my god. I do wonder, like, I know wolf spiders bite, but are they okay? Big chunky spiders. I wish I had the nerves to leave them out, but I'm afraid they'll freak me out too much. That's true, like, right, like on one hand, I don't want to squish a spider, because, you know, they just try to live their best life, right? Like, they just try to live too. But at the same time, though, it's like, it's more like if I don't see anywhere within, like, quick reach to, like, cup them and, like, put some paper under there and, like, take them out, usually I'm like, all right, buddy, I'm sorry, but it's the forever box for you, spider. But if I can find something, like, if I see, like, an empty cup or just a cup of water that I can quickly, like, drink real quick and grab a piece of paper, then yeah, I'll try to get them out. But yeah, unless that, the wolf spiders are big and the bite hurt. Ooh, that's true, because you do get, like, I think my dad had a wolf spider bite. They're not pretty, but at least, like, you're not gonna die. I don't know, unless they can get infected or something. That's probably what you gotta worry about. But ooh, we though those, yeah, because actually that's how, like, my great grandfather, like my mom's dad, he didn't die because of brown recluse bite, but he did have 2 brown recluse bites on each of his legs, and they were like, it just, it was not pretty. Like, he just, like, I think like this big of flesh was just gone on his leg. He had 2 big old, looks like, she said, my mom said it looked like he took like an ice cream scooper and scooped out part of his leg or something. Like, oh, why do brown recluse gotta exist, man? That's one thing I kind of like about Korea, is that there's actually really no dangerous spiders there, except for the banana spider. You do gotta worry about that. But that guy is huge. Like, he's a big old boy, and he's usually outside. Like, he's not gonna be chilling inside. You know what I mean? That's the problem with brown recluse, because brown recluse come inside. Black widows come inside. And it's like, but at least this boy, let me see how big he is. I won't show it on screen because I know some people will probably be like spooked. I want to see how big he gets. But he basically looks like a big old banana, kinda. No, not the golden orb weavers. That's the Jodel spider. You do see a lot of Jodel spiders here. They're quite big and they kind of look scary, but apparently they're actually quite docile. I don't know if they bite or not. The banana spider's different. Yeah, this boy. Oh god, yeah. He does look kind of similar to the Jodel spider, because the Jodel spider, their legs are black with white, like neon yellow stripes. And the banana spider has the same kind of legs, but their whole body is yellow. While the Jodel spider is, the body's black. I've heard they've been taking over America though, especially Atlanta. But some people have talked about some good things, so apparently like the mosquitoes kind of went down in those areas where the Jodel spider, like, population increased. That's not a good banana. I know, right? That's gonna be like, bad banana. Yo, what's up, Zoe? How you doing? Well, come on in. We were actually just talking about spiders. Cause yeah, my poor grandma, like right before her dementia got really bad, she had just moved in with her new husband, and you know how old people can be, like they don't really tidy up their home like they do when they're younger. And he always had a bunch of spiders, and we're kind of wondering if like the spider bite could have accelerated her dementia. I don't know. Is that a possible thing? But yeah, that's what we were kind of thinking, like, cause yeah, I was scared to sleep there. Cause you'd like wake up and you see like a spider crawling on the pillow and be like, ah, like, oh, the only sad thing is, he did have a very, very beautiful, sunroom though. That was like absolutely gorgeous. That's probably where some of the spiders are coming in. Because that door, like, my goodness, like, I don't know how he did not get robbed, because, like, you could easily break through that door. Oh, wait, I was gonna try a different way. Oh. That's now, let me try. I want to make like those like cute like little round eyes, and I think that'll look cuter. Like the little semicircle eye. That's what I'm thinking. I think it is genetics though, which kind of worries me. Apparently it's like some kind of protein that they find in the brain. That's what I'm thinking about, the like digestive thing. Probably what the like if you have like better digestion, probably it just like slows down the progression of it, maybe. So it is making me thinking like maybe I should just switch to only like stevia sweetener and not use the other like artificial sweeteners, like use only natural sweeteners after this. Because it's weird, because on one hand they're like, oh, like they're like artificial sweeteners destroy your gut biome, but so does sugar. So it's like, you know. So probably just best for me to stick with stevia. Hopefully stevia, because the problem is we don't even know fully about stevia too. Hopefully stevia is our like golden sweetener that can do no wrong, I'm hoping. I know that's a problem for future coffee. I know, right? Oh, that's what I worry about. Cause I can probably tell my husband's probably not gonna even get dementia or anything like that. Like, he's probably gonna get nowhere that sick, because his family's got pretty good genes. Oh, I put it in the wrong level. I was like, why that eye looks like one looks lower than the other one. I'm like, that looks lopsided. That's not good. I don't think Flutterbites wants her cat with a lopsided eye. Wait, I remember my friend found a wolf spider come in her body pill. Oh god, oh that gives me the heebie-jeebies. The funny thing is, I actually was not that scared of wolf spiders that much as a kid growing up because I loved wolves so much, so I thought they were the cool spiders, even though they could get quite big. I'm very fortunate to never have a spider bite too. Like, I was always overly cautious. And that's the sad thing is, like, on one hand, like, if me and Mr. Coffee ever get a house, like, I've always wanted to have, like, a really pretty garden. But I am too frightened to garden, actually, because of spiders and the critters in the ground. Reason being is because my mom almost got bit by a black widow. Because did you know black widows can, like, live in the soil? I don't know if that's, like, a normal thing for them, but, like, she was, like, digging through, trying to dig up some, weeds. Like, she likes to dig the roots of the weeds up. And a big old black widow just popped out of the soil at her, and thankfully she didn't get bit. But I'm like, but she keeps on gardening, though, and I'm like, oh, God, I could not garden after that. Oh, thank you. I would be terrified. They're like, oh, need to know where Mr. Coffee buys his jeans. Oh, I know, right? And I was like, getting it from his asshole grandfather. He got the best jeans in town. Dude is like 94 or something, 95? He's like 90 something. And he's in peak health, you know, like peak perfect health, actually. Like, even his doctors are kind of like, they're like, damn, your health is so good. He goes actually to the hospital, like, I think like once a month, just to like kind of stay there and get kind of checked up. Like, he's making sure that he's gonna be on this earth for a long, long time. It's always the mean people that live the longest. That's what we were joking about earlier. Because he's kind of a butthead. He's my husband doesn't even like him. It's actually funny. He actually told my mother-in-law, "Don't tell Grandpa I'm here." So actually, his grandpa thinks we're in America. Because actually, if his grandpa knew that he lived here in Busan, because we're only like a 30-minute drive away from where they live, he'd probably be coming over to, like, yeah, I guess, I don't know, harass him or whatever, or ask him to come over and do chores and shit for him. I remember because when I first met Mr. Coffee, and I had just flown back to America, and he showed me a picture, like, because he told me he was gonna visit his family down in Busan, because we actually met in Seoul, and he said, yeah, I'm going down to Busan the next week to visit my grandpa. And like literally, like, when I'm back in home, I get a picture from KakaoTalk of him sending, like, as soon as he visits his grandpa put him to work, like, hey, mow my lawn. So he was doing like gardening and like lawn care and shit. He's like, my poor husband's like, I should not have gone down to visit. I regret this. There we go. So we got our little cat. So we have like one arm loose. I gotta glue that down though, because it's just like sticking out straight. And then we got like these here. We're gonna use that, but he's supposed to look like he's loafing though. Can you guys see that? Oh, it's kind of blurry. I feel like, actually, let me see if I can turn up real quick. Where's the OBS? Go down my camera. I'll take your video. Close that real quick. Control. Let's put the focus up all the way so you guys can see a bit better. There's that better. I think he's got a little mustache almost, but yeah, it's like a little kitty cat. I gotta paint the stripes on though. I'm gonna have like the one little paw like just kind of hanging down. Probably like the smallest cat I like how, see, look at that, the tail just perfectly, like these like double chain cords, it's kind of annoying how curly they can be when you need it for something straight, but my goodness, for like a tail, it's perfect. Like, that's just the natural way it curves. So I just keep it that way. Let me turn it back down. There we go. We're just gonna keep that over there in the corner for later. Yo, what's up, Flippa? How you doing? Wait, hold on. Let me give you a shout out real quick, because if y'all don't know Flippa, she's also a fellow streamer. Uh-oh, what'd I do? Did something. Oh, I did paste instead of copy, that's why. Oopsie. There we go. Which reminds me, I really... Oh! Swear, this... Alright, I'll just click the chat button instead. Like, yeah, this keyboard is just, like... not wanting to cooperate. Oh, like, how did you not manage to meet him this whole time? He just doesn't come into Busan. He just stays over in Myeongdong, and like he can stay over there. But what do you call it though? I do think my husband did see him at a family, or no, at the wedding, like when my brother-in-law got married. I couldn't attend though, sadly, because it was during my Korean class when I took in person during the summer. And it was way too expensive to like just like be gone for a couple days because those classes were not cheap. And plus I kind of didn't really want to go, so I'm like, yeah, I can stay behind. I mean, because hey, that means I get the computer at the end of the day, and I meant more gaining for me. Because I'm not really a wedding person, really. Kind of get bored at weddings. I guess it's different if it's like a close friend of mine getting married. That's different, but people I hardly know because I don't really know my brother-in-law really. But the grandpa was there, and my husband said, "You're an asshole" to him. Like, I guess when he was talking with him. Oh no, yeah. Like if he knew he was in Busan, we're just like a 30-minute drive away, so he probably would come over. But at least he has like no reason to come over. And the good thing is Busan's a huge city, so it's like really hard that you're just gonna randomly walk into people. He does know of me. The funny thing is actually, I was a bit worried, like, oh no, is he gonna be mad that you married an American? Apparently, no, he's actually happy. Apparently, he really likes Americans, so that was one thing he was actually happy my husband did. He's like, oh, good on you for marrying an American. Like, oh, that was unexpected. Because, you know, like with the older generation, they're very xenophobic, kinda, so I was totally expecting him to be like, why the hell would you marry an American? Or something like that. There we go. Let me see. Let's see. Who we should work on next? Actually, probably one of the chickens. I need to get one of the chickens done. Shoot though. I had a little pattern of how to make the chickens that I made from, what I made a chicken farm, but I don't know what I did with the exact pattern. It's in here somewhere. I get some one of these, like, random thingies. Oh, there's the snow globe pattern. Oh, is that my Doguri pattern? Oh, I might want to save that actually. This is a problem when everything's like all kind of scattered about. Oh, these are all stuck. I don't know if this is the official one or not, though. That's the thing. But I'll just keep that on the top just in case. I remember seeing the chicken one. Just I don't know where it went. Oh, I didn't really. Oh, I found the teacup. I didn't realize I wrote down the pattern to the teacup. I could have swore I thought I freehanded it. I'm glad I wrote that down. Okay, at least I can. Oh, that's another thing I gotta do. This one thing I wanted to do for like the spring was like have like a cute like fairy teacup set. That's kind of what we did last time when we made this teacup, but we only like had one made. This little teacup with like little tulips embroidered on it. But I only got one done. Found the ice cream pattern, but I don't know where the chicken pattern went. Oh, I found Rosie the Bear's sun hat. That's good. I might want to keep that near the top. Oh, I remember seeing it because I basically put all the patterns, like the loose leaf papers, I put them all in one drawer because they used to be really spread out before. See, look at all these. What is that? Oh, I have the Starbucks takeout cup. Oh, I didn't know I had that. What's this? Oh, wait, hold on. Is this the... Oh, wait, this is for her. Shoot, I bet she's like everything's like all like I am so disorganized. Oh my god. This is like too much. I need to like go through and like get rid of it because some of these are just like, you know, random scraps that I could probably do away with, and others are like important to like in pieces I've made. Like important like amigurumi. Where'd the chicken one go? Oh, there's the heart one. That's to make these. We actually probably gotta make some more of these pretty soon, actually. So let me save that. It's like I'm finding all kinds of stuff that I forgot I totally had. Oh, there's the Easter egg one. Should keep that. Oh wow, this is ancient. The Viking snowman? How old is this? I made that like in 2014, 15? I think 2015, yeah, I made it in 2015. Where is the I'm finding everything else but the chickens. I don't want to have to remake it. Oh, there's a dino stud earring. See, the problem is these are patterns are getting kind of on the old side. But I don't think the chickens will be in here because that was like a more recent pattern. Let's see if anything's here. Oh my god, this is back when we made Baby Yoda. This is, like, see, that's when I was, like, drawing, like, what the, like, body should look like, what pieces I need to crochet. We made Baby Yoda the, what do you call it? Imposter? Like, in Among Us, so we did, like, an Among Us Baby Yoda mashup. That's actually still on my YouTube, it's, like, under the live stream. It's kind of old, though. I did not see, so... In here anywhere, is it? Oh, wait, there's some more over here. Hold on, maybe it's here. Okay, there's the tiny balloon dog. Oh, here it is! Found it! Yay! I see I gave it like a little check mark. Like I'm trying to like now give a little check mark if it's like a good pattern, because sometimes some things I'm just writing my thoughts out, or like I'm trying something and it doesn't work, so I sometimes like I'll scribble it like this. But if I give it a little check mark, that's like my little go ahead. This one's the baby chick one, but I don't think we have to make any baby chicks. I think we just need to make one hen. Oh, it's running from here, the like little poor person with their legs, little legs dangling nearby. It really is. least we found it, thank goodness. Keep that. Oh yeah, because her legs are just like over here. The reason is because we're gonna have her sit down, and I'm gonna do the same method that I did for like the little chicken farmer girl when we made Kelly Cake's commission. I have her sit onto the bench, and then I sew her legs just up in front of her, so when they're sewed, it looks like she's sitting with, you know, like sitting down instead of like doing this. Because then if I try doing this, then her legs won't bend. And this actually makes like a pretty nice. It looks weird now because you can see the opening, but I close it up really nice. So she's gonna be more like this, but it does look kind of disturbing the way it is. Also, I'm loving this cute like little Yakult. I think it's what they call it, like the little Yakult yogurt. This was actually just some like fruity candy. It's like a yogurt candy. They had a blue one too. If they had the blue one here, I need to get the blue one. It's a little strawberry flavored, but I just wanted it as like a photo prop. I felt it actually looked really cute, like with the Valentine's Day stuff. Hey, what's up, Misunderstood Lady? How you doing? Oh, you missed it. We just went through a whole bunch of patterns just trying to find one. I have like these huge heaps of like loose leaf paper. I found the teacup pattern, and I found what was another one I found that I was excited about? I forgot which one it was. There's like a whole bunch. I was like, it took me down memory lane. Oh, I found the Viking snowman pattern. That's old. That's an OG one. That's like from 2015. That's when I started writing my own patterns back then. I mean, I never posted it, but like, that was when I started freehanding my own amigurumi. Cause like, I got into amigurumi about like 2014, and then by 2015, I was like writing my own patterns and everything. Cause I was like, oh, I can't find this pattern for this one thing. Let me try making it myself and see how it goes. And that's what turned into me being a very, very big like freehander. There are some things that I do need patterns for though. I'm actually thinking to like maybe give in and just buy the cute truck pattern. I tried making my own little Christmas truck, but it always turns out kind of screwy though. It kept turning out kind of tilted, so I'm actually honestly thinking to just maybe go ahead and buy that cute like little crochet truck pattern. I probably can now. I have a little bit left over Christmas money. I just at the time I had no money to buy anything, but maybe now I should actually go and buy it. It was kind of expensive because they give a lot of variations. Like they made it like for the different seasons, so it wasn't just a Christmas truck. I think it was like $8 for that pattern. I think if they had just done like the Christmas part itself, it probably would have been like a $3 pattern. That's another thing too. I'm going to like try to refigure out when I do start posting patterns. I want to hopefully make this like my first. Well, it's not my very first. So I actually published a pattern a long time ago. Not very well though. But I want this to be like my first like real professional paid pattern to post on Etsy and Ravelry and Ribbler, like all the places basically. I might be able to post on Discord too. I need to look into the whole. Now that I have a VPN, I might be able to actually open up a Discord shop. They're only for like digital items though, so I didn't know if I could put like a PDF on there. I didn't know if they're like meant for graphic stuff only, or if you could like post like downloadable art, like art prints and stuff. So I was thinking like, oh, I can put like my patterns on there maybe. If not, then they'll be also on the coffee page. I'm actually thinking to maybe make them $1 cheaper on the coffee page. I don't think coffee really takes anything out. Like I haven't noticed really a fee every time I get paid on coffee, like when someone gets a commission from me. I do see there is a PayPal fee, but I haven't seen a coffee fee, which I thought they were supposed to take out a small commission, I thought. Let me get some white yarn real quick. Also, what time is it? Okay, it's 5:25. We're doing good. Get all the colors. I don't think I need any other color. I'm also gonna use brown for the eye. I don't know why I always prefer brown. I think it looks cuter. Let's see. I want like a gold. I guess I'll use the golden brown. I mean the golden yellow. I think this is a little bit too neon. Have a good night, Tella. I know it's probably like late your night, but have a good sleep. And thank you for joining. I'm glad you got to see the little kitty cat be done. These guys like little paw out. This is the smallest cat I've ever done made. I'm thinking like I could probably do something similar, but make the head a bit like a smidge bigger. I think that's what's bugging me. Is like maybe the head's too small. Okay, let's see. So let's start with 6 in the magic circle. Because once all the animals are done, I want to start and like I place them around. Also, once I get the bench, I need to get the bench probably made up this weekend, so we can kind of see how much and that like that'll be like the last thing we gotta do is after once the animals are done, the bench is up, then we just gotta start working on the vegetation, like you know like bushes, flowers, all that good stuff. Oh, we do gotta make a duck though, but I think they mean like I looked at the picture, they have like a grown duck, not like a baby duck, so I gotta figure how to make a grown duck, but more like make it that small. That's 5, and then 6. Good. Anyone else in the chat who celebrates Lunar New Year? I know it starts tomorrow. Everyone's getting ready for the big old celebration. Alright, so this one's 1 single crochet, gonna increase. Alright, so this one is, I guess we got a single crochet. Actually, before I continue any further, let me go ahead and sew up that yarn ring so it doesn't come undone, because it gets kind of hard to do it the more you crochet around it. Oh, since it's small, I'm gonna need the hell above. There's like a Little old crochet hook. This is the thing I use in my old crochet hooks now. They're just like glorified crochet shapers now. Like if I'm like making a small tube. Now you just need something long and kind of round and smooth. Kind of like shape out any small spots. What do I do now? Okay, I just do 2 small crochet to increase. Easy peasy. Oh god, the desk is looking so like it's getting all messy. Comes the tricky part. Okay, so I got a chain 3. Right, single crochet in the second chain from the hook. This is like where we're making like the tail kind of. Okay, now I do increase right here. Oh, 2. Okay. So 2 sets of increasing. Okay, single crochet times 3. Now this is like one of those rounds that like take up all my brain cells. You have to like count specifically because there's like increases in stuff in specific spots. There's increase here. Single crochet times 5. That's 3 already. Gotta do 2 more. Then put increase. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I should probably like write. I think I should have put my first increase in the same spot where we did the chain. I went in the stitch next over, but I'm short a stitch. I think I know why I did that though. That was like, because sometimes like if you do it, if you don't do that, it will like have like a little gap there you have to sew up. If you crochet in that same spot, it covers up the gap. Ah, I made a mistake. Let me frog that real quick. Okay, this one we just single crochet all the way around. My stitch marker here. Oh, it's supposed to be 2 rounds. Okay, that we just do single crochet 4. Oh, my stitch count is off though. Supposed to be 19. We went way over. I don't know why we're supposed to have 19, but I have 22. Makes me think like these are my own instructions I wrote down anyway. So I don't know how I got the. Must have done something here earlier that made it increase, but oh well. I'll just roll with it. I'll just like maybe throw in an extra decrease or something. Okay, so I think I just gotta decrease 3 times. This is supposed to be just like another plain single crochet round, but I have a more detailed decrease round the next round, so I think I'm gonna sneak in 3 decreases in this round. Just like a not super random spots, but like 1 on each side of the tail, and then 1 in the front. I'm just gonna tweak that just to fix the stitch count. I don't want to keep frogging to find out where I messed up. But we're just making 1 chicken, so if I had to make them all look the same, then I would have frogged and started over, but since it's just 1 chicken, we can tweak it. Oh no, I missed Porygon again. Actually, I feel like Porygon is actually one of the Pokemon I see around a lot that Pokemon Community Game throws out, so hopefully they'll come up another time pretty soon. Maybe not today, but like maybe sometime this week. Oh, sure, I often get distracted, but I need to finish my portfolio fast. Ooh, that sure need applied for a job even faster. But I keep staring at the wall. Oh, it's probably like the what do they call it? Like I don't know if you have ADHD or not, but I know like they call it like ADHD what do you call it? Paralysis? Like where you're like paralyzed. I get that a lot too. It's just like it's not fun at all because you like you need to do something, but you're just kind of frozen, not knowing what to do, and it's just like the worst. Oh yeah, the inertia. Yeah, it's like the worst. Oh, really? Like, so mine, I feel connected, like, the fact that, like, as a child, like, it was ingrained in my brain that there's no point doing something unless you're perfect at it. Also, my family, despite sponsoring all my art studies, are quite passive about it. Ah, treating like a waste of their time and money. I really hate that. You know, it's so funny, like, I really hate how, like, artists are kind of treated like that in the world. But then when you look at a lot of things, like, things that take the work from artists, like, when you watch, like, advertisements or, like, graphics pop up, right? Like, somebody had to make that. Like, these people like want to treat like it's almost like being treated like a housewife, almost, like, right? Like, you do all this unpaid labor but it's not appreciated. Like, they want artists to do all this unpaid labor and they don't respect it at all, right? They're just like, we want you to make these things, but how dare you demand a living wage for it? That's things I just never can quite wrap my head around. I know, or they'd be like, nah, it's just drawing. It takes 2 minutes to do. What does it cost you? Exactly right. That's actually one of the reasons why I don't really do drawing as much anymore. It took me way too long. Oh, I still... Oh, that was my decrease right there. See? Ready for the 4-day weekend?
Yep.
What time you want to go to E-Mart tomorrow? Okay. Oh, it was a lot. Hmm. Oh, don't know how to say this in Korean, but Osukare-sama? Did I say that right? I don't know Japanese that well, but I feel like actually when you get like the hang of it, actually pronouncing Japanese and that's written in English can be quite easy once you get like the hang of it. Oh really, there's not quite a word for it either in English. I'm true, because even Korean has like some things that just don't really have a direct translation. It turns out though Korean has like way more words than English does, and that's actually kind of makes sense why actually a lot of English learners struggle when they learn Korean, because you're having to like learn all this like vocab, and it's like already way more, like I think it's like 3 times more words than compared to English. Like I think English is like a, let me see, let me Google real quick how much is in the English language. I remember it was like 1700, I think. Not 1700, I mean 170,000. Yeah, so there's like 170,000 words, and that's for English. Now let's look up Korean. Oh wow, yeah, see it's like 500,000. I don't know if you guys can see that. That says like 500,000. So it says between 500,000 to almost 1,000,000 and 100,000. So it says the average person knows around 60,000 words. So I guess like even like not every Korean person is gonna know every Korean word. But yeah, like a lot. Like no wonder I struggle with, because I don't struggle with like not be able to, like, it's just like there seems to be a never-ending thing of vocabulary to learn, and I can never like memorize it all. And some are very specific, like they'll have like 3 different, there's like 3 different verbs meaning to attend something, and they're all very nuanced. One's like 참여하다, I think it's like to attend as, I know 참석하다 is to attend but you are the viewer. Another one is to attend but you are the holder of the event or the organization, like you're like funding it or you're holding the event. The other one is you're participating in the event, but it's still like, it's kind of also means attending. But it means like you're the person like if you're participating in a contest. So you would use one verb for if you're participating in the contest, and then like if your parents are coming to see that same contest, they would use a different verb. They would use 참석하다. I mean they're coming to attend, even though they all mean attend. Oh! Real smooth, Mr. Coffee. Oh, okay, so it means like good job or thank you very hard. Oh, actually, they do have a phrase in Korean. 고생했어요. I feel like lemon seed is like nice one. Yeah, you can say 고생했어요. Let me see how to spell it. I've only ever heard it written, but my teacher says it all the time.
내가 노는 것처럼 보여.
Mr. Coffee knows some Japanese a little bit. Wait, where'd it go? You know, Asuka. Asukare-sama? Did I say it right? I'd be like, I wish I could burp like that. I know, right? Like, my burps are too weak. Ah, yeah. 고생했어요. Thank you for your effort. Or thank you for your, oh, like literally, thank you for your hard work. 고생하셨습니다. Like, that one's the more formal one. But if you're the teacher and you're talking to someone younger than you or below you, like in rank, you would just say, oh, 고생했어요. Or even just 고생했어. Like, you wouldn't even add yo at the end. But usually, to be safe, though, you would add yo. But 고생하셨습니다, that's more you're talking to someone above you, either older than you or a higher rank than you. Let me quickly throw that in there. Let me put, that's like the super formal one. Let me put the regular one. And you can just literally type off that last like little yo looking thingy.
Yo, yo, yo.
The little circle and the 2 dash lines, like basically the very last character. You can like cut that off if you want to be like super informal. Let me copy. Put. Yes! Oh my god, it's like literally the same exact translation.
Osuka re-sama.
Oh, I said it right. Osuka re-sama, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Yeah, hard work. Good
So
job.
literally, kosen hisoyo is the exact same meaning, right? Yeah. Because my husband's father can speak Japanese. Because he's a very smart dude. Like, he learned, I think... How many languages can your dad speak? I can't remember. I think he might be able to speak a bit of Chinese. How many languages does your dad speak?
How many language?
Yeah, your dad speak. You say he speaks
5.
Japanese, right? Oh, 5? I knew Chinese is one of them, right?
Chinese, English,
English, Chinese, Japanese.
Korean, Japanese, and Swedish.
Oh, damn, he speaks... Oh, he should talk to Antonia, because Antonia speaks Swedish. You remember my classmate? The girl who always laughed when you come dancing behind a screen?
Swedish?
No, but she speaks Swedish. She studied it. She's actually from Canada, though. More the French side. Oh, that is one thing I kind of miss about the class, so I kind of miss hearing Antonia's laugh. She had a really good laugh. Like, you know, like you have those people that just have such a really good laugh, but you kind of miss it when you don't hear it anymore. Because even if I took the class again, there's no guarantee it would be in the same class, unfortunately. Especially since now they don't have the online class anymore. See, here's how the chicken is turning out. Like, you see the little body. Oh, exactly. I found out why. I always wondered like why like I can like read and if I have time write better versus speaking and listening. And the reason is because speaking and listening are active skills and reading and writing are more passive skills. I don't know about writing because I feel like writing could technically be an active skill, but if you have plenty of time to mull over and think about it, you know, then you can write a really good sentence, right? But speaking, you have to like kind of do it right now, right? Or else you're gonna like stutter. And or listening, right? Like if they, unless they speak slowly, if they don't repeat themselves, right? You kind of miss like chunks of the conversation. Yeah, writing is okay-ish now. Yeah, nothing above elementary level. Like true, like I'm not super good at writing Korean, but I am better at writing in Korean versus speaking and listening. I'm okay at speaking in the terms of pronunciation in most things. Just it's when I'm trying to come up with my own sentence, I end up using some grammar or some vocabulary wrong. Like I was telling you about, right? There's like different verbs that have like the same meaning, but they're very nuanced. Like chamsokada versus chamyohada. What's the third one? I always forget the third one. It's like means to attend. There's chamsok. Yeah, chamyohada. And there's another one. The third one, and I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, chamgahada. Yeah, that's because they all start with cham, so they all sound so similar, and it's just like they're so nuanced. So you got to be very careful. Oh, what's chamgahada meaning? Because chamsok is you're coming as the viewer, right?
Chamsok is more like, well, it's old term, so now it doesn't have that difference.
Oh really?
But old time chamsok means only
Coming to watch, right?
scholar can use.
Oh really?
Because chamsok means go there and sit and listen.
Yeah, like that. Like you sit and listen.
참여 is middle class. Go and see. 참가, you are a person being like a clown.
Oh.
Yeah, so watching that, like.
So chamgahada is like if you are participating, you're the person in the contest, right? You're contestee, right? And chamyohada can be used by the person who is holding the contest.
And watching.
Yeah, and watching, yeah.
And 참석 is only.
Yeah, like your parents come and watch
Not
you.
parents. 참석 is only for the old time 조선 or older time.
Oh, really? Oh, the teacher told us like.
Bureaucracy.
Oh, because my teacher said, your 부모님 come and watch 참석하다. That's what she said.
Well, she didn't study the
Yeah, the.
Asian old linguistics, so that sounds makes sense because You only know the current.
Ah, so that's like the current meaning right now. But yeah, it's like crazy. Is it because of like, because Korea used to use Chinese characters? Is that why there's so many words actually in Korean versus English? Because there's like almost 1,100,000 Korean words. It said from 500,000 to 1,100,000, while English is only 170,000. So no wonder I struggle with the darn vocabulary. Yeah, I need lots of time properly to process stuff in every language. Just saying. Also, though, it could be the type of learners we are, though, because there are learners, though, who actually are better at the listening and speaking, but they really struggle with reading and writing. Like, there's this one dude, another American dude I met when I was staying at the hostel, when I first went to Korea by myself, and he had a Korean girlfriend, and he actually was speaking on the phone to her, and he sounds so fluent. I'm like, oh, wow, you're fluent in Korean? He's like, nah, I'm just good at, like, speaking and listening. I can't read it, though. Like, he had a really hard time with, like, grammar and stuff. And like reading, and I'm like, what? But reading Hangul is like the easiest part for me because Hangul is so easy to learn. But I think it's more reading comprehension, I think, in Korean. I think was what his problem was. It's so weird though, because if you think about it, if he just like, because he speaks properly with the correct grammar when he speaks, but then it struggles to to think about it when he has to write a sentence. That baffles me because like literally you just have to kind of think your sentence basically, like think how you would have like speak it out loud and then just write that down. Or maybe he struggled with spelling, because I do struggle with that myself. Trying to remember all the correct spelling and stuff. Yet I still process the actual conversation like days later. That's true, because sometimes you'll kind of like have a eureka moment. Like, oh, that's what they meant. If you like mull it over. But for me though, I would probably need to have the conversation recorder. I'm going to completely forget what they said. Let's see. Oh, I went through phases though. Like listening is still a bit better. I can copy sounds quite easily. When I was a teenager, I could read a lot. I think that's too because I was always a big reader growing up. So it was kind of like, what do you call? Oh, I have to own my thing accidentally. Little thing flipped over. I have to take it out and re-put it back in. But I would like read a lot, and I didn't really speak very much. I was a very quiet teenager. I think that's me. And it was any language I learned in too. I always had better with the reading and the writing versus the speaking and listening. Now, if I could read from a passage and like speak out loud, then my pronunciation, like the teacher was amazed by how good I would speak when I'm reading something out loud versus when I'm trying to like speak my own sentence because I'm like stuttering because in my head I'm like, wait, did I use that grammar right? Or wait, is that the correct word I need to use? Like, No, I said like when the teacher was surprised how well, like if I'm reading the paper, right? I'm reading the paragraph and I'm reading out loud. She was surprised how good I said, I would say it, but versus when I'm trying to come up with my own sentence in my head, that's where I'm like messing up and stuttering and like, what's this? Unless it's like a phrase I said over and over again a lot, like very easy stuff, then I'll say that stuff just fine. But yeah, any like more like trying to use new grammar or trying to use new words, that's where I trip up. Even when I don't think about it, sometimes it just pops in my head and go like, oh. Yeah, those are two different things, but having a script is always better. I know, right? Like like reading it off a script is so much nicer. That's why I hated the 발표, the like little presentation thingies, because we weren't allowed to look at a script. We were thankfully allowed to have a PPT that has like, so not allowed to have a sentence on there, like no complete sentence, but we could have like the names of places. Because I definitely struggle trying to remember the names of places in Korean, because they can get so long. And it's so hard for me to memorize them, especially in such a short time. So I'm glad she like let us have like we had to do a vacation one where we're like talking about like different vacations. Oh wait, oh, this is supposed to be all decreasing. Oopsie. I gotta frog all this. But what do you call it? Dude, now it doesn't want to get back on the hook. Wait, there we go. But yeah, like I hated it, like, ugh. Especially because they would give us like an outline of how we should talk, because I'm very bad at the talking in the super like formal, using like the umnida. Actually, using umnida is fine, but when you have to use like the she, like 하셨습니다. Like, there are so many, like, verbs I forget I'm supposed to talk or use. And it kind of throws me off. If I could just, like, talk normally, like, just normal, basic, lower formal, just using yo at the end, then I'm fine. But having to talk, like, this super formal way, it just throws me off because I'm not used to speaking like that. Because they usually don't teach you really that a lot. They'll teach it, like, for a lesson or two. But they usually just have you speak, like, a normal, like, regular formal, like, not super upper formal. There's, like, different, like, levels of formality in Korean. The good thing is that at least we don't conjugate for each pronoun. Thank gosh. You do conjugate for, like, the, you know, how formal it is, but that's usually pretty easy though, in my opinion. But god, having to, like, I hated, that was the thing I didn't like in Spanish, was having to, like, oh god, so much conjugation. It was crazy. And, like, for, like, each one, ugh. I know Rick cries in Italian. Oh yeah, because you guys have that, don't you? I feel like that just gets really, like, frustrating after a while. Okay, ooh, I got plenty of white, what do you call it? Yarn scraps. Because usually I try to, like, use similar color yarn scraps, because especially, like, if I was to use, like, a dark color yarn scrap, that's gonna, like, pop up through, because it's I mean, like, crocheting with white, so usually dark colors would easily show through. Yeah, exactly. I've heard that can be kind of a problem too, right? Because everything basically has, like, a feminine or masculine or neutral. You guys have neutral? I know German had neutral, but I couldn't remember if Spanish had neutral or Italian. I know I'll be like, it always makes you think too, like, what made a certain word, like, feminine, you know, right? Like la biblioteca, apparently, like, libraries are female or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's that deep. Maybe it's not. It could, in my opinion, it could be just maybe they just chose what sounded better. Because there's, like, different ways you can pronounce stuff. Like, there's ways that Korean people speak that where the translation sounds really weird. But if you think about it, the words they chose to make that sentence, the really reason they chose it just because it just flows better. Like, it just rolls off the tongue better in Korean, while the direct translation in English is, like, makes no sense unless you know all the nuances of it. Because there's times where I've tried making sentences in Korean, but trying to think like an English speaker. Like, I'm thinking like an English speaker and making a sentence and just directly translating it, and my husband says that sounds so unnatural, and it kind of sounds unnatural too when I speak it. Like, it doesn't sound like a typical Korean sentence. So I do wonder if partially it's because of that. Because maybe, like, la just sounded better in front of certain words versus L. Oh, nope, we don't. Oh, you guys don't have neutral? Okay, so I guess that was just German.
German?
Yeah, they have feminine, masculine, and neutral. But Italian has only feminine and masculine in their words, right? Like, yeah. Las muñecas. Apparently suitcases are feminine. I'm so glad I came up with, like, little pattern shape. I basically kind of, like, took inspiration from, like, a very much bigger chicken. Like, I saw, like, they did the thing where they chain at one spot and then, like, single crochet down. That's how you get, like, that tail to peek out like that. But the problem is it was a really, really big chicken, though, so I had to, like, kind of tweak it and found a way to make my own in a small version. But it's such a cute little shape, though. Perfect little chicken. Let's see. Oh, the community has tried to insert some terms. Yeah, a lot of people complain about the ruining the language, ruining Italian culture. It sounds bad. Let's see, I think that if you care more about the grammar than the well-being of the people around you, it says a lot, and it's not nice. That is true. Not to mention, it will take probably a lot, though, of, like, having to relearn, reestablish stuff. But, I mean, hey, they've done in the past. What's to stop us from making new stuff in the future? I mean, language changes over time. Like, obviously, we did not speak the same that we did years ago. Like, language already has, like, a natural involvement, so it's like, I don't know. I guess maybe because it's happening in their lifetime that they're so stubborn to it. Yo, it's like, imagine if we all spoke like it was, like, in the medieval ages or something. Like, I remember, like, sometimes I had to, like, pause and try to understand what they were saying when I'm, like, listening to the Witcher book, because they're talking quite, like, old-fashioned English sometimes. And I'm, like, trying to, like, guess, like, what does that word possibly mean? And, like, the way they would, like, structure their sentences, right? Like, it was just completely different. Oh, I saw a video the other day of a discussion between the two politicians in Parliament. Ooh, so they're thinking to make some changes? I think that's enough stuffing. I think I got all the spots filled out. Cute widow chicken. Oh, actually, I think the little mistake I made earlier actually made... Because it actually looks like the little belly part peeks out a bit more here because of it, and actually I like that. It looks way better. The problem is I don't know what mistake I made because I had to like tweak my stitch count because we somehow got 3 extra stitches. And in my second single crochet round, I had to like actually sneak in like 3 little extra decreases, and actually it looks nice. Now I just gotta figure out what the hell I did to recreate that. Oh, we got Luxray! Wait, so the politician of the president, called the president of the meeting, President Tessa? I probably butchered that, which is the feminine conjugation. He got super upset. Oh yeah, right. So I started talking over her, saying I'm a man, use the right pronouns. He's like, since you care so much about pronouns for yourself, you should do that for everyone else too. Call me Dottoressa and not Dottore. It's for basic, oh, so it's a basic, yeah, form of respect. I know, I'm quite glad at least in English we don't really have this problem. I know, it's like a big problem across Europe, isn't it? Like, because everything's like, you can like make certain words like feminine and masculine, and it's just so bizarre to me.
What?
No, I mean, it's like, what? Who chose that suitcases are feminine? Like, you know what I mean? It makes no sense. Oh, wait, I forgot I'm not supposed to crochet anymore. I forgot we already finished decreasing. Right, exactly. Like, that is like a bizarre, like, why conjugating had to bring gender into it. Because, like, we're just, like, conjugating words and stuff. I know, Korea is very different. I guess Korea's more like the thing, they didn't give a crap about gender. They're like, nah, how old ya, fam? That's what we're gonna care about, the conjugation. Well, that and, of course, present, past, and future, but, like, they're like, are you older than me? Then you must use this honorific. There's actually different words. They call them nopin? Nopim? I think is that the right word? Nopimar? Yeah. So it threw me off for so long. Because I always was like, what is turida like, right? Like, turigesnida? Like, I was like, what the hell does that mean? It turns, it's apparently like, I think it's like the same as ita, but it's like a formal version. And it took me the, oh, duseo, yeah. Because like, they're like, oh, 잘 duseo. Like, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't know. I couldn't find a direct translation. Apparently, it was like the formal version of the verb ita. I'm like, oh, okay then. And like, instead of saying like 할머니에게, you have to say 할머니께서. Like, you have to like change like the little whatchamacallit particle, because Korean love their particles, man. They are particle obsessed. Yeah, but that's all the particles we got. You guys got so many more. You guys got particles galore. You ain't running out. I mean, it's not so bad though, because on one hand though, it's like chug and plug kind of thing that's kind of easy, but the problem is it's having to memorize them all. And then you got like the more formal ones too, like ege, and then you have geso and ge instead of that's the thing I always get confused. I think geso means ege, right? But it makes me think eso. I always, because it has sol in it, so I think it's like the formal version of geso. I mean eso, but it's not. Ge is the formal version of eso, right? See, that's what throws me off. Like, I don't know why they just couldn't make geso the formal version of eso, since they both end in so. And ge and ege would make more sense. Like, it just, yeah, it's not a suffix. It's because the one actually, because Korea's got a gender neutral suffix. Just she. You just add she at the end, like their name, and it just kind of translates to Mr. or Mrs. But like not directly though. You just use it with anybody. Like Minho she, like right, that's a dude's name, and then Minji, right? Minji is like a typical Korean girl's name. Minji she or Kim Minji. You can also say the full name too. You can say Kim Minji she. But you
you say do that to friend.
Oh.
My friend name is Dongjin Si Paloma.
Oh really? You can do that? Oh no!
We do.
Oh.
Each other, guys.
Don't name your kid Dongjin, guys. Save them the harassment from getting bullied. What does it mean? Dongjin Shibal Noma, like.
No, Dongjin Si and Paloma.
Ah. Yeah. Oh, so it could be anyone's name.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I thought it was his name specifically.
Coffee, she, Paloma, like that.
Mm.
But only can do with.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Oh, right. Just our little chicken shape. But yeah, at least that's the cool thing about Korean. They have like the gender neutral suffix. I think that's a suffix, right? Like Mr. Mrs. These particles are more. I'm thinking of are more like at, kind of like that you would use like with prepositions, kinda. But let me real quick. Yeah, just use scissors. I know. Oh, they just gave you mandu?
Yeah. There's Ramcheon.
Yeah, oh, is Ramcheon on? Let me see.
No, I'm just asking where it is.
Oh, I don't see her though. I see her friend though, Peso, but I don't really know him, and that feels kind of weird. It's one thing rating Ramcheon because like she's our bud. Peso is, I think his whole stream is in Italian. Oh, Crafty's Coco Verse is on though. We usually don't get to raid them very much. Let me grab her name real quick. I think she must have just started too. Let's see. Come on, mouse. Come on, you can do it. Yeah. Oh wait, no, there it goes.
These are my tissue box covers.
Remember, tissues come in their own box.
I had Twitch muted, thank you very much, Twitch. Did you forget? I hate when it like just unmutes itself. Maybe because the ad's playing, they're like, nah, we want you to listen to the ad now. Oh good, yeah. It's like, what? I don't know what's wrong with this mouse. Acting so weird. Oh, they're actually making some jewelry today. Go back my creator desktop. No. Click my logo. My logo in the right hand corner, top right hand corner. Go creator dashboard. Go the little one below it. See the house picture on the left? See the house? Go the one below it. Yeah. And then go raid channel. The big boxes. You see it? It's a little parachute. Wait for it. Go through. Oh, time for sitting down and drawing makes me cold. Exactly, right? Like, that's the problem, is it, I can get quite cold. I think they changed how they rate their thing, because it used to play like a little countdown. No, not yet. It used to, because last time it automatically rated me out without the countdown. I was like, kind of caught off guard. So let me go ahead and put in my raid commands real quick. I can do that from the phone, though. Thankfully, since it's just a command. So there is our sub raid. And then raid. I'm gonna get me some dinner. Let's see. What time do you think we'll be back tomorrow? Still back in time for me to stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It only take. You can think. Buy the wine, and
I'll eat lunch and come home. Okay, that's perfect. Oh yeah, I'll be back by 2 then. But hopefully I'll try to work on maybe a little bit on the weekend. But first I will put, you know what, I do want to try to get the baby clothes stuff done as soon as possible. We're almost done. I just gotta work on the dress and the little cover on the dress, like the little cape thingy. That's the last thing to do. I got all the small little bits out of the way, like the hat. Oh, there it goes. Let's see. Okay, you can close my stuff out. Oh, then I would.
Ah!
Oh, I will bring.
Here.
Oh.
Hey, now I realize why. I'm using my right.
Hold up.
Oh, we're in